here's my backpack. Hello, everyone. Oh my. The cat pack has arrived and is taking down the cam. Oh, good morning. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm here to give an update on Tater from this morning. I'm going to pull up chat in a second, but I'll start off by saying she's totally fine and okay. So I'm not doing an on-cam update because there's anything wrong. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so Tate was brought to Red Bank on Friday for observation because her head got a little puffy. I should say it was flush where it used to be concave. The soft spot used to be concave. And they've kept her for observation. Oh my goodness, you guys are all crazy in here. So, same update as yesterday morning. She's the same this morning. No changes. Her head size is no different. She's still eating. She's still pottying. She's still alert. They do neurological tests to make sure she still has, balance. She's not wobbly. They measure her head. So all of that is totally fine. Just like yesterday. So she's aced all her neuro tests. Thank you. You're such a good listener. So what they're going to do is keep her again tonight, continue to observe her, continue to do the neuro tests, make sure that there's no head tilt, there's no balance issues, make sure her head doesn't get any bigger, so there's no more, there's no increase in fluid, that sort of thing. So that's the sort of thing that they're watching for in her observation. So they're going to keep her again tonight, continue to monitor for those sorts of things. So far, they haven't seen anything like that. Thanks for listening, Link. If she continues to stay the same, then she might get discharged as early as tomorrow. We'll see. But this could be her norm. So, oh goodness, stop hitting that. Oh no, Jelly Roll hit something. So what they're looking for is, with the little bit of fluid change that happened, it's not a lot. It's not like she has a big bulge on top of her head. So with the little bit of fluid change that happened after surgery, this might be her norm. And what they're looking for is it affecting her neurologically in a negative way at all? And if it's not, they don't want to do anything, because if they adjust the shunt and drain more fluid than they should, this has always been the case. I think you guys are learning. Everyone who's been around for a while now has heard me say, if they drain too much, everybody, humans, cats, dogs, everybody needs some of this brain fluid in your brain to keep it looking like a brain. So you need it in the brain to actually keep it open. So if they drain too much, it can collapse. You just calm down. If they see any changes, so if her head does get a little bigger, if she does show any kind of neurological changes, then they would look to adjusting the shunt and possibly draining more fluid at a time. So that's what they're looking for this weekend. And it made a lot more sense when I talked to the doctor this morning, and that's why I wanted to describe it on cam, because it's just too difficult. Oh my goodness, Maggie's going crazy. It was just too difficult for me to try to type that all out and explain it. So So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I won't have answers as far as, you know, can she get a bigger enclosure and that sort of thing, at least until we figure out when she's going to be able to come home. So I don't have answers for that yet. Never lazy Sunday here. So this could happen. We'll see going forward. This could happen. You know, as far as getting the shunt exactly right, you know, we might need to go back a few times. She's going to be having regular checkups, but we know it's working. We know the shunt is working. We know that yeah. We know that she's feeling good. We know that, you know, a lot of the symptoms that she was getting before with the head tilt and things like that, you know, she doesn't have any of that going on. So, I mean, overall, she's doing awesome. She's still doing awesome at the hospital, the same that she was doing here. You know, this was, they're glad, you know, to be able to monitor her in the hospital. You know, we could have monitored her here, you know, and done the same sort of thing, but, you know, if something did go wrong, we're about 2 hours away, and it's, you know, just more reassuring to know that during this observation period that the doctors are all right there, so they could adjust something as necessary. You know, especially being, you know, just a week after surgery. So hopefully you all agree that being a little extra cautious this close to her surgery is worth missing her for a couple days. Maggie just went over and punched Ramona in the face for no good reason. Link gets along with everyone. Link has no enemies, right? He's the only cat in the house that gets along with all of the kittens and all of the adults. He's just a giant bruiser, aren't you? He is a giant, friendly bruiser. I don't know if he's meowed in here, but he also has this it's really high-pitched, girly meow. Yeah, I was not worried this time. I knew it was not an emergency. I knew, yeah, this really was just, a precaution, and yeah, I knew she wasn't in crisis. It's easier to tell when something's a little off with her when her head is shaved. See right away the difference. But her personality wasn't, any different. She's not exhibiting any signs of being in distress or being lethargic, nothing like that. So. You making the bed? I think there's somebody in that bed. Yeah, I don't think you can make the bed with somebody in it. You nut. Anybody have any questions or anything? Does that all make sense? I'm sure you're eager to see her back. Did you all notice that Danny has a blue collar and Maggie has a pink collar now? You can tell them apart. Right, but it's Maggie got her collar off last night though. Not surprised. She was playing with it. She had it off and she was playing with it like a toy. I crack up if someone put in an adoption application for Link. That would be funny. These kittens are up for adoption. These adorable kittens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Right. Yeah. That's my phone. That's Puppy. You're so handsome. You're so handsome in your bow tie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look like a true little jazz man. Mm-hmm. True little jazz. Maggie's going here. Yeah, that was Maggie. Go get her. Go get her. Yeah. With the butterfly in the middle of all this. Yeah. Nice fun fact, Luna. Alright. Alrighty, it's more Sunday morning coffee for me. Yeah. All right, Pack. See you falling soon.